so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to Full-Time Sports Work Network. And that is how you do it. Thank you, Arsenal. That is how you do it. A simple, nice and relaxed game. I love it. We've got the wonderful Gums. And now this is your territory, mate. So I'll introduce you first. You are the reaction king.
Used to be. I've missed you guys. Thanks for having me back on. It's been way too long, I must say, but I've been following behind the scenes. I know you see me in the comments, Bobby, every now and again popping in. So hope everyone's well. It's a great evening to come back as well. My guy Eddie answered the call. He knew I was there today, so he said, let me give Gums a nice reintroduction. So yeah, good to be back, man. Hope everyone's well.
And we've got the wonderful Canners as well, who was actually at the game as well.
Actually, I couldn't get there, so I had to give it to my son. Give the ticket to my son. Yeah. So
scrap what I just said. Then he was lounging at home.
It's obviously me. I better stay away from the Emirates. Keep my son going. So whenever he goes, I think we scored quite a lot of goals. So he was happy. I'm happy, and in the end, all chilled and relaxed afternoon.
Exactly. And he's just gone backstage, so I'm going to bring him up now. Damos is here. How are we doing, Damos?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Very well.
Not too bad.
Nice.
Thank you. Look, it's nice. That's the second game of the season that's been relaxed. I love it. It's been really chill. And Tony Fulbrook, when you do get in the comments and you come back to this part, well done, because you predicted 5-0. And I did say there's no way it's going to be 5-0. We always struggle against Sheffield teams, Wednesday and United. It's been happening for years, but well done to Tony. He did an amazing job, predicted it perfectly. So obviously, Canners, I was going to talk to you mainly because obviously you were at the game. How was the atmosphere and all that? You've just scrapped the whole of my script. So how was it at home?
How was it at home? It was tense in the first half, I tell you. I have to say, I was kind of thinking to myself, is it going to be one of those days? But I think we came out actually and played with purpose, and I think you knew straight away how Sheffield United were going to play. Everyone behind the ball, two banks of 4 or 5 or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? You just knew that they were just going to put everyone they could behind the ball, and if they get a lucky set piece or whatever, load the box and try and nick a goal. But listen, we managed the game very well in the first half and even better in the second half. So kudos to Arteta, and I think a much needed rest for a few players really, in a couple of decisions in terms of the first 11. So yeah, all round a good day at the office, so to say.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna bring the next question to Gumza, because do you think that Arteta's done this with in mind for West Ham on Wednesday? I know it's just Carabao Cup, and everyone can say it's just a Carabao Cup, but do you think he might have that in mindset that he actually wants to go fully? And I will just say Wolves have equalised against Newcastle, by the way. Do you think he has that in mind? Is that why do you think he might have rested some players today?
I think it's looking at the next 2 weeks. We've got 4 games, haven't we, within a space of 2 weeks, maybe even 6 in 3 weeks, something like that. So I think there needs to be some rotation. Again, it's picking and choosing your partnerships, isn't it? So Gabriel rested today, so I expect Gabriel probably to start midweek, with Saliba getting a rest. So rather than changing the full 11, it's almost bringing some in, taking some out, and being able to rotate, because what you don't want to do is go completely different 11 against West Ham and get beat in that competition. So I expect Martinelli to probably miss that game. Will be on the bench. I think Saliba will be another one, potentially Rice. But then you could bring in your experience of Odegaard, Tomiyasu, Trossard, who's been chomping at the bit. So you can rotate it around a bit. The one I was most happy to see was Smith Rowe. And I think we probably will touch on him later and what he brings. And I also think we've spoken about it before, bringing in someone like a Havertz. We've used to Partey and Xhaka as a centre midfield, which was very strong last year. This year, the ideal partnership is Rice and Partey when fully fit, but I don't think every game needs Rice and Partey. I think there's games where you need 2 creative midfielders, so Havertz and Odegaard, or Smith Rowe, Odegaard, whatever it is, in one holder. So it was quite nice to see we're playing against a low block, a team who are going to just camp. So we've got creativity on the pitch from early, and again, hopefully we'll touch on Smith Rowe later, but he was non-stop moving, getting in behind it. We haven't had that from an 8 for a long time, someone who's going to run in behind the striker. Again, Canada, I was hoping you was there as well, because you would have seen it better than anyone. The amount of times someone came short and then span. Eddie was doing it, Smith Rowe was doing it, and it seemed Zinchenko was running in behind. And the movement between the front 5, I would say, was really, really impressive for me. Like, it was energetic. Even the ball wasn't going in there, but they were all just darting in behind and just trying to create space for each other. So, yeah, I think it shows that we've got versatility. There'll be games for Vieira, there'll be games for Havertz, there'll be games for Odegaard, there's games for Smith Rowe. So I was really happy with it, in all honesty.
Brilliant stuff. Damos, got a question before I come in the comments. Raya, clean sheet. What I have noticed, I quickly look into the actual specific match stats today. Now, I did say that Raya normally averages around 50 touches per game. 29 today. 29. Do you think we might have just done that because it's Sheffield United? Or do you think maybe avoid him the least amount so he can't mess up? What do you reckon?
To be honest, that's a hard one to tell. I mean, in a game like today, he didn't have much to do in general. So, but the bits he did do, I thought he was okay. Like the chance where he knocked it through to Martinelli, I thought that was good vision. What happened then? I think Martinelli he was close with that one. But Raya was okay today. But again, to answer your question, I don't know if it's because they changed the tactics to say, look, just don't pass around him too much, or whether we were just more direct. So, yeah.
I think.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, bro. I was just going to touch on that point. I think the game today was totally different because of how Sheffield United basically set up. They never pressed us at all. At all. So there was no need really for Raya to get involved, because obviously when we play teams that want to press high or even like a semi-press, so to speak, Raya needs to get involved. And I think today, soon as Saliba got the ball or Kivio got the ball, they just dropped back and just put, went into 2 back for 4 basically. So there was no intention from Sheffield United to press whatsoever, because they were fearful, obviously, for Saka or Martinelli getting in behind. And I think we did it once in the first half where they had a free kick. And I think what Damos was alluding to there, where Raya was able to quickly distribute the ball out to Martinelli. And that actually should have yielded a goal for us. But yeah, I think just because they didn't press, that is the reason really why they didn't actually. That's why I guess Raya had so little of touches, and it kind of negated the whole what do you call it, the media's kind of thing on him, about about the keepers, etc. And I think Raya needed that exact kind of game where there was nothing for him to do, so to speak.
And I think even the things he did do, he done well, because I don't think he made a save, but there was a few corners where he came and caught about 3 or 4 through traffic. He was just coming through, picking it up, and not picking it up, but with getting the catch and then they're playing. So yeah, I do agree with you, Canners. I think obviously Raya's role is when we got the ball. First of all, we didn't have many goal kicks anyway, so the ball didn't start from our own box very often. But even that, he's the spare man. Sometimes you do see his angle when Saliba's got the ball. He comes almost like an extra centre back. He moves right to the left between like Kirior and Saliba, so he's the link between them. But like you said, they just backed off. So Saliba, there's one stage he's just walking the ball out, and Zinchenko's just doing that to him.
Yeah,
and say, just keep coming. They're not coming. Keep coming. They just put no pressure on our back line really when we had the ball. So yeah, there was no need to go back. Saliba was the spare man all the time. Every time we had to play backwards, normally you go to Raya because everyone else has picked off, but it was Saliba, and he just it was just easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I apologise. If you look at Sky Sports, you'll see my weather forecast at the moment. It's absolutely pounding it down.
It's actually pounding it down here as well, to be fair. Do apologise. I do apologise. Right. I don't know what you said while I was gone, because I literally had no communication whatsoever. So obviously it was an Eddie hat-trick. For some reason, I don't know if anyone else knows, but when Tony tied it up, he put 5-1 to the Arsenal. I don't know why. I don't know why he just assumed Raya was going to let a goal in. I don't know what it was. That's hard, isn't it? That's hard.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was quite funny, to be fair. Eddie hat-trick, Fabio from the penalty spot, Tomiyasu in the 96th minute. We're going to start with the first Eddie goal. Very good control, very good finish. Do you guys all agree?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gomza, because I know he's your man.
Yeah. Sorry, Canners, I jump in. I think situation, most people's touch is probably killing it dead and then having to work the ball around the centre back. But yeah, he's put it in a great area for him to move on to, and he took it really well. So yeah, the touch made everything. So I don't think the cross was a great cross at all, in all honesty. But that's what Arsenal lacks sometimes. Sometimes you just got to put the ball in the area and hope someone makes it into a half decent ball. Do you know what I mean? So really happy with the first one. And it was important timing, and we broke the resistance, because the longer that game stays 0-0, the harder it gets to break them down, isn't it? So
yeah, Canners, I'll give you the second goal, mate, from Eddie.
Second goal. I'm trying to remember the second goal.
Corner.
Yeah, from the corner.
VAR tried their hardest to kind of rule it out.
Yes,
but couldn't find
it was a bloody good finish in the end. I liked it. It was a typical poacher's goal, where there's a lot of wrestling and whatever going on inside the box, and it came down to him, and he only had one place to put it, and he put it there with aplomb. I thought it was a great finish. I'm very, very happy for him. He seems to be a guy right now playing with a lot of confidence, which is good with the games that we've got coming up, and obviously with the injury to Jesus. So yeah, very, very happy for him.
Good stuff. Damos, that gives you the third belter of a goal. What did you make of that?
Building on what Cannon said there's a lot of confidence with how he's playing, and that third goal that sums it up, because I was watching it on the stream on my phone, right? Am I allowed to say that? But anyway, I was watching it.
You're going to get another door in a minute.
I weren't listening. It's fine.
So when I saw the goal, it cut out, and then I saw the goal from one angle, and I saw him turn and shoot. I thought, oh, nice. He was probably inside the 18-yard box or whatever. Nice finish. And then when I didn't watch it again until like the end of the game, I was like, oh my gosh, he was that far out. Like, what possessed him to shoot from that distance? And it was a great shot. I'm happy for Eddie, man. I'm really happy because he's getting a lot of stick. But no, I'm really happy for him. Let's hope his confidence will just keep growing, and we need that. We need that.
Exactly, we do. Gumza, Fabio penalty. Obviously, it was definitely a free kick. It was definitely a penalty. VAR checked it and all that rubbish. A lot of people were saying, why didn't Eddie have the fourth? I personally think Fabio's partner is actually pregnant. I think it might have something to do with that. I think it's to do with the pregnancy celebration.
He earned it.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was to do with.
Yeah, no, I think it goes to the team spirit because from what the commentators were saying, there's only 2 players who have scored 4 goals for Arsenal, which was Arshavin and Armoury. So Nketiah could have put his name amongst those 2 greats. I wanted him to take it. Then you also got Havertz, who does need the confidence as much as we can get. Obviously, he got a penalty the other week, so it was like, do we give it to him? And it's gone to Vieira for off the field reasons, really and honestly. But it kind of just goes hand in hand with the team spirit we saw happen at Chelsea against Arsenal, where obviously Cole Palmer took the penalty, Sterling wasn't happy. Whereas I haven't seen any reports of things like that for Arsenal. And Nketiah had the ball for a while before when it was going to VAR, and Nketiah had the ball. So I don't know who took it, who suggested it. But it just for me, it just shows the team spirit of Arsenal. Even Tomiyasu's goal, I'm sorry to jump there, but even Nketiah's pushed him to the crowd to say, go and get your plaudits. Doesn't matter if it's 5-0. It's your 50th appearance. Go and get your just due. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of just shows to our team spirit at the moment. So for me, it's just a nice club. Do you know what I mean? It seems like they all get along really well, and that will go a long way in the season, I think.
Yeah, it will. Obviously, Canners, you get the Tommy goal.
Do you know what? Apart from, because my favourite goal was Nketiah's first goal, just for the sheer technique of the goal. But Tomiyasu's goal, I loved it, right? Because you know what? His past few performances, I think, have been, just shy of MOMs. I just think he's been solid. It's a shame last season. You had people kind of effectively writing him off and saying, "Oh, maybe he's someone that we can sell or whatever." But I think the reason why we let Tierney go on loan is because of Tomiyasu and his Swiss knife approach. He can play all across the back, in terms of centre back, left back, right back, and I think he's an integral part of our squad. And the great thing about him, and why I'm so happy, is that you just see it on his face when he scored the goal, his first goal for the club, and everyone was just made for him. Everyone was just so happy for him. And you know what? Tip my hat to him because, as I said, I think his last few weeks' performances have deserved that goal. And fair play to him. Loved it.
Yeah. Sorry to jump in. Did you see the bench? Even the way they were celebrating his goal as well. It just showed he's a light character, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a lovely kid. And you know what? He is young. Everyone thinks he's about 26, 27 or whatever. He's what, 23?
I think.
Going to be 24?
24, yeah.
Listen, I think he's an integral part of our squad. And as I said, effectively, he can play all across the back four. Effectively.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, and comfortable as well.
Yeah.
Big up to Tony saying it's a beautiful day. It's not here, not weather-wise. It's awful. But yes, it's a beautiful day to be an Arsenal fan. Who's better, Eddie or Haaland, says Timmy. Not going down that rabbit hole. Not going down that rabbit hole. Ghost First still couldn't cut it against the poor Sheffield, sadly. We'll see what everyone thinks of Havertz shortly. Bobby predicted a tough match, reverse psychology. To be honest, we do normally struggle against Sheffield. It said it within our history with them. I was there when we beat him, Wednesday in the League Cup final. It wasn't an easy game. We struggle against the Sheffield Cubs. We always have. I don't know what it is. Big up to my brother, Damos's brother. Evening, gents. Agent Concert, your boy did good. Tell him again at St James's Park next weekend. Evening, Bobby, Gumza, Canners, Damos. I'm the man. You are the man. You predicted it spot on. Amazing. Big up to AFC always. Havertz had no impact in the whole game. He must feel very disappointed in himself against a very poor Sheffield United side. We'll get on to that shortly. Well, that's your ratings. I'll leave you that in a bit. Evening, you sexy buggers. That's obviously about you three guys, so love it. Tony's also done the subs, I think, as well. Let's see if Nketiah steps up by scoring 1 or 2 goals next weekend away to Newcastle. Well, he'll also probably be playing against West Ham on Wednesday as well, I'd assume. Eddie was going to take it, but Fabio asked to take it. I got a feeling it might have something to do with the celebration, to be honest, because I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything on social media, but I'm guessing his partner is now pregnant because he'd put the ball up the shirt. We are not getting Ivan Toney in January. I guarantee we're going to get a striker next year. I'm not saying any names though. And last one, Martinelli is so class. He can really become world class in his opinion. Bigger up to AFC Cal. Would you rather Eddie or Jesus if both? Oh, okay, we'll come to that question at the end, mate. I'll leave that one till later. Right, let's get into the stats because the stats are important today. Possession wise, 67% possession, 33 for Sheffield United, 13 shots for Arsenal, just a 2 for Sheffield United. I expect this week Heckingbottom will be sacked, if I'm honest, because that was poor by Sheffield United. 8 shots on target for Arsenal, 0 for Sheffield United. 6 corners for us, 1 for them. Passing accuracy, much better than it was the other day. 90 up to 90%, just a 75 for Sheffield United. XG, for people that care, 2.78 for Arsenal. Sorry, Sheffield United, but it was 0.03. I don't make up the numbers. It's what's told to me. So, yeah. Let's get on to the actual team that was chosen by Mikel Arteta. So, we started with Ray in goal, White, Saliba, Kivior, Zinchenko, Rice, Smith-Rowe, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. Now, group discussion. Who was actually shocked by this selection? Just put your hands up. That'll be easier. Yeah, Deimos, were you shocked?
Yeah, no, I was surprised, thinking, why certain, but yeah.
What do we think was the reason? Do you think it's like what Gomza said, rotation for the next few weeks?
I think it's partly that, but I also think, the whole thing with Odegaard, maybe he wants to give him a little rest. Say, look, everyone's on your case for at the moment. Just take some time out. Whatever's going on in your head, just get back, get refreshed. I mean, I wonder if that's the case. But I was happy to see Smith-Rowe there in the middle as opposed to on the wings. Because he deserves a chance there.
He does. Canners, what about you, mate?
I think it's a mixed bag. If I'm honest, I think that there might have been an element from Arteta. Okay, look, we're playing Sheffield United, bottom of the league. If you can't perform here, you can't show. Look, I know you guys have been probably in my office. These guys are probably, Kivior, Smith-Rowe, probably been in his office, saying, when am I going to get minutes? Proper minutes or whatever. And he's come back and said, okay, you've got Sheffield United. You show me what you've got. And I think both of them actually didn't do their kind of chances any harm whatsoever. I thought Kivior had a solid game today. And Smith-Rowe, there's an element of kind of trying to manage his minutes in terms of, not flaking out, going, hell for leather. But I think we controlled the game. And those two especially, I think they did quite well. Havertz, a little bit disappointing from him. I thought he would have been a little bit more commanding. Because he was doing the Odegaard role, and I just thought that there was something missing in his game. It would have been nice for him to score right at the end, but it wasn't to be. But happy with the team and how it played. Really, I mean, I think the manager's walking on eggshells right this minute. The Sheffield United manager, because that, in terms of, you get teams coming to us like your Bournemouth last year and whatever. This Sheffield United team didn't lay a glove on us. The only thing what they had, I think, is in the first half when they had a throw-in. I think it was the first throw-in in the first few minutes, and that kind of set the tone for them. And after that, they didn't get anything. I can't remember their 2 shots. Can anyone?
One was a shot from the halfway line, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right.
I don't know where it went, but it stayed on. I think it stayed on. I don't know what he did, but he didn't trouble us. That's what I know. But it wasn't like Harry Kane's earlier.
Yeah. Oh, flipping heck. But yeah, listen. I mean, I can't remember the other shot. I really can't. And we never seemed like we was under pressure at all. So it was an easy game for us, in all honesty.
Gumza, what about you with the team selection?
I was surprised not to see Tomiyasu. So I think midweek he was brilliant. And every game he's come on in, he's looked good. Everyone knows I love Zinchenko, to be fair. He's one of my favorite players. But yeah, I think Tomiyasu does deserve a start. Again, Gabriel was a surprise just because he's been brilliant this season as well. Remember, like this time last year, I was one of the ones that are a bit critical of him this time last year. This season started off brilliantly. I've been crying for Smith Rowe for weeks. Even from the end of last year, I want him to play. I think people are forgetting, and maybe Arteta forgot he saved Arteta's job a few years ago. And people, I'll give a few people. I think people forget how good this guy is. You can see it's taken him a while to get up to speed, but he was out for a whole season, so it wasn't going to be just come straight in. And I'm watching him at the moment, and he's so close. The ball just hits the back of his foot, or a defender gets a touch when he's playing through the lines. But his energy levels, what he gave us today, was what we've been missing in recent weeks. So I was happy to see him front three, I expected, and Havertz starting. And yeah, I think he was the one that let me down, really. I've defended him. He just seems to play at his own tempo, doesn't he? Which can come across really lackluster. I don't mind playing at that tempo if you're doing something Ozilish, or do you know what you mean? There's been players of yesteryears who play at this slower tempo, but you can't get near them. But
special.
Yeah, I've tried to stick with him. This was the game really for me where you now got a shot. Don't get me wrong, he almost got an assist and he almost scored at the end. But even with that, I was still if he had got the assist and the goal, I still would have said Smith Rowe had a better performance than him, because you could see Smith Rowe's intensity and linking up play and in and outs, and do you know what I mean, taking it to the opposition. Havertz kind of just coasted through the game. I think the most telling thing he done was that slide tackle. Do you know what I mean? That kind of got a big cheer. But yeah, I've tried to stick with him, but I feel he does need to show more. And I still feel his best game for us has been the Charity Shield when he played up front. I haven't seen much else of him really, and honestly. So yeah, in terms of the 11, I wasn't mad. I think we've got a squad, so we need to see a bit more rotation sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it.
Can I be a little controversial here?
You always are. What are you on about?
I actually think Tommy is ahead of Zinchenko right now.
Yeah.
I think there's games for him, in my opinion. This is the perfect game for Zinchenko. Newcastle will be the perfect game for Tomiyasu.
Right.
And that goes in my Rice and Partey pivot and my Rice and Smith Rowe. There was for all the teams I want to see attacking. Zinchenko, Smith Rowe, you play. When we got to play one of the top six, I'd put Villa in there. Any of the others, I want to see Partey, Rice, Tomiyasu. We don't concede, and we've got enough up front to win games. So I'm with you on that, Canners.
Okay, so I'm not so controversial.
No, that's not a surprise. I think
because I actually thought that Tommy was rested today, just managing him.
So. Yeah, because he could be up against Jared Bowen on Wednesday, won't he? So yeah, I expect to see Tommy on Wednesday. Tony's saying here, great win, but not getting carried away with Eddie. I definitely won't. He's performed very well today. Deserves all his plaudits. Please do it against Newcastle. Neto injured. Yes, he has gone down. He has gone off. It looks quite a bad injury as well.
He looked so sharp though, didn't he?
I just put him in my dream team as well.
Apparently, Odegaard pick up an injury versus Seville. Absolute codswallop. It's the pro news going out there. I know Fabrizio tweeted it, but absolute rubbish. Big up to Geordie. I'm actually watching your Newcastle right now. Congrats to your win, bro. Thank you very much. And to be honest, I have to be honest. I hope you just draw. You are playing my local team, so I just want you to draw today. Nothing else. Disappointed with Odegaard. Same performance on the last 3 or 4 games. Was he playing today? Oh, Tony, you are naughty. We've not scored more goals than Tottenham. Not bad for side described as playing boring football. We're 3 goals over Man City with goal difference as well, which is important. We needed a game like this where we actually boost on goal difference. I'm ahead of Zinny. Okay, Tony Fulbrook is definitely ahead of Zinni, ESR, and Havertz and picking. Okay, I'll definitely pick you this week, mate, in my team. Canners, that is not controversial. Tomiyasu is miles ahead of Zinchenko. Yeah, I didn't think it was controversial at all.
Okay.
For me,
Because I know a lot of people like Zinchenko and what he did, and him coming into midfield. But I actually think Tomiyasu is starting to be able to do that quite well. To be honest, I think he's taken on. He's like a sponge. For me, I think he's like a coach's dream. Tomiyasu, you ask him to do something, he'll do it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. AFC Cal saying Raya or Ramsdale. For me, with Arteta, it's Raya. I'm Ramsdale. Gumza, quickly, Raya or Ramsdale for you?
It's a hard one. Ramsdale has given me some heart and mouth moments. However, his mid and long range distribution, I feel, when he gets it right, is better than Ramsdale's. I think people are forgetting Ramsdale kicked a lot of balls out as well last season. Ramsdale went through some tough times, and it may be linked with the obviously family issues he was having. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I would at the moment go with Ramsdale still.
Bobby said quick yes or no.
Sorry, boys. I've been a while, I ain't been honest. I've missed out all the debates with Raya and Ramsdale. I've missed all of them. So yeah, I would side with Ramsdale a bit more at the moment. However, yeah, I do. I think some of the stick on Raya is being uncalled for, and I think it's down to the fact we've got two keepers, and Ramsdale's a fan favorite.
Okay.
And we have that a lot in our fan base, don't we? So it's the same Nketiah thing, isn't it? Where because it's not Jesus, we all want to kill him. Where it's just let the kid be.
Fair enough. Canners, quick
Raya.
one, please. Raya or Ramsdale?
Raya.
Thank you.
Raya.
Damos?
The fact that everyone has to think about it, I think it shows we've got two quality keepers. Yes. I know people are on Raya's case. That's why I'm not going to answer. I'm actually happy for the manager to choose because they both have qualities, and that's. Yeah, call it sit on the fence, but that's my answer because I don't actually mind which one comes through. I just don't like Ramsdale to be frozen out. That's the thing I always keep saying. That's my only issue with the whole thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Raya's distribution in the first half was a thing of beauty, says AFC Cal.
It was.
Strange how we've become boring with Raya in goal. Fair enough. El Neni with more assists than Enzo this season. I know my midfielder. Pick up to you. Right, let's get into ratings. Gomza, you're at the top, so we'll start with you. So Raya first, please.
I'll give him a 7 just for that one pass. He had nothing to do in the game, really. So, yeah, clean sheet, 7.
Canners, you get Benjamin White.
7, just solid and dependable as ever.
Okay, Damos, you get Saliba.
He didn't have to do much. I was going to say 8, but I'm going to say 7 because he didn't have to do much. But, yeah.
Okay. Kivior for you, Gomza?
7 as well. Same reasons. Just done what he had to do.
Zinchenko for you, Canners?
I'm going to go 7 again, really.
Okay,
Rice Baby for you, Damos?
I give him a 9 because he was. Wait, 8, 9. No, I'm giving him an 8. I'm giving him an 8. I was happy with him, but yeah, I'm giving him an 8.
Okay, Gumza, you get Havertz.
Oh, phew.
Cheers for that.
I was thinking, oh my god.
I'll be honest. I'll give him a 5 today. I was disappointed with him today. This is a game where you could really endear yourself to the fans. We're 3-0 up. He's still on the pitch. Like, go and do something special. Do you know what I mean? The game's now open. It's not tight no more. It's disappointed with him today. I'll be honest. So 5.
Okay, Canners, you get Smith Rowe.
You know what? As his first start since May 22, I'm going to give him an 8.
Okay. Damos, you get Saka.
Probably, he was a bit quiet. A 6 or a 7, I'm thinking. See, I know you don't do halves, but that would have been a perfect one. No, he didn't play bad. I thought he was okay. He didn't have any. It's a hard one. What did he? I'm gonna give him a 6. You know.
Okay.
I think he's still got a knock, in my opinion. I think he's still feeling that hamstring.
Also, do you think Sheffield United really set up to look after that left side of ours.
Possibly.
Because Saka done his best work when he came inside a few times. He picked up the ball in between lines in the middle. He then was able to get a bit of joy, but apart from that, so I don't know if Sheffield United really overcompensated, and maybe that's why our right side is really quiet.
I don't feel he played bad. He just wasn't doing the things he normally
No,
does.
Saka's normally, I mean, well, I think this is the only game, and it's Sheffield United, and we scored 5, where I think in the last 6 or whatever that he's not had a goal contribution. So, such are his levels.
Yeah, exactly. So,
you know, we're nitpicking at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly that.
Fair enough. Gumza, this is why I gave you Havertz, so you can get Eddie.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
I'll give him a 9 today. I would love to give him a 10. But yeah, I'll give him a 9 because of the opposition we're playing against. But
okay.
I think movement was really good. Linked well, and the finishes were all very, very good finishes. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll give him a 9. And I think one thing I think you've got to look at with Eddie is his self-belief is up there. He takes so much stick from fans and pundits as such. Yes, he's not maybe what everyone's. I still want another striker. I still would love Ivan Toney or someone of that ilk to come in. But again, when the chips are down, he steps up. Do you know what I mean? And he believes in himself. And I think he's going to have a good career, whether it's away from Arsenal or if it's at the Arsenal. But his celebration was letting everyone know this is his carpet, this is his stadium, this is his home. So I feel we're going to see him for a few more years. And I think he's got that thing. No matter who you bring in, I'm going to keep fighting and keep pushing. And I think a lot of young pros, he might be someone to look at. If you want to kind of, if you're trying to break through, have a look at what he's doing and how he carries himself. For a young man, you don't hear no stories about him really, and honestly, he looks like he works hard. His physical improvement's been crazy over the last 2 years, and he doesn't let things get him down. So yeah, I take my hat off to the guy. Like he fights. Do you know what I mean? Most players would have checked out by now and said, you know, let me go somewhere where there's less pressure. I can go and play. Look at Sambi Lokonga. Look at Tavares. Them lot have to leave the cauldron. He stuck through a difficult time at Arsenal, and yeah, fair play to the kid, man.
Here's the thing: what if we'd got Osimhen or Tony and they had scored a hat trick just like he did today?
Do you know what's funny? You wouldn't get the questions you're getting. What I'm seeing earlier. So you see this: can Eddie do it against Newcastle?
Yeah.
Can he do this here? You wouldn't get that as obvious. And I understand it, but rather than everyone just celebrate what he's done today, it's well, can he do it against Newcastle? To be fair, how many Arsenal players have scored a hat trick? In how many, like, who was the last one to score a hat trick for Arsenal? So we're probably not going to see that against Newcastle.
Probably Sanchez, isn't it? It must be Sanchez, isn't it?
Sanchez or Aubameyang, I would say. It'd be Abba.
Yeah. Oh, Abba, yeah, probably, yeah.
So,
but that's the thing, though. It's like if we just bought Osimhen and just his first goal, if Osimhen had scored, you know, he's playing for us and he's got the exact same goal that Eddie got for the opener, people will be losing their minds. Because if you look at it, the goal was absolutely perfect. It was like it's a kind of goal. Obviously, look, I'm not comparing him to an R9 or whatever, but it's the exact kind of goal. The first touch, it would just set him up perfectly for the second, which was then bam, be a goal. I just think his first goal. I still agree with you, Gumza. We, you know, and with everyone else probably that we do need another forward, but. Such was the quality of this hat trick. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah. And so just one last thing as well. I think I was talking to a friend earlier, and he was saying he has Saka in his dream team, and he's going to take him out because whatever reasons he wanted. And I was like, I don't think you understand what Arsenal are. We're not a one-man team. So this week it's Nketiah. Next week it probably Martinelli might pop up a goal and assist. Next week it would be Saka. So we're probably not great for a dream team. Jesus, yeah. So we're probably not great for a dream team because even if you look at last year, I think we were the first team to have 3 players score 10 goals. I feel with Arsenal, you're not going to get a 30 goal a season player. You're going to get 3 players with 15 GNA each, 4 players, 5 players doing that. Do you know what I mean? So if it's not Trossard, it's Martinelli. If it's not Martinelli, it's Saka. Like we share it around a lot more than other teams. So yeah, dream team, maybe not put one of our front 3 in, but end of the day, it's a team effort. And the good thing of that is, for me, if one person's having an off day, then someone else steps up. If someone's injured, then there's goals all around the pitch. Rather than, I think, under the Aubameyang times, if Aubameyang didn't score, where was the goal coming from? And this is the beauty of this Arsenal.
Yeah, I agree. Canners, you get Mr. Martinelli.
I think he was out of the two wingers, out of him and Saka, he was probably a little bit better. I give him an 8 today. I actually thought he was always a constant threat. He's just on a rich vein of form, in my opinion, at the moment. Martinelli, he's starting now to get onto another level in terms of class. Not saying he's world class or whatever, but he's now, for me, he's starting to kind of be one of those ones that he has to play kind of players. Yeah, I'll give him an 8 today. Solid today.
Right.
Can I say something about Martinelli?
Yes,
I've noticed that when defenders are backing up, like 2 on Saka or 2 on Martinelli, at the moment, Martinelli's, it's not really troubling him. He's still causing problems and going where he wants to go with the ball. And I think that's really good. That energy, teams can't afford to ignore him. And that also gives Eddie more space. So I think I just love him.
Klopp also said it a couple of years back, when he was really emerging, starting to come to the fore, but he was talking about Martinelli. And I read a piece in the Athletic about Martinelli, how he started, how many trials he went to, where he could have gone to. He was at Barcelona, Man United, etc. But how he was viewed when he was a young kid and what he used to do. He's got hard work in his DNA, full stop. And I'm so pleased for him. And he plays exactly. It seems to be, with that kind of energy, and he's honest with it as well. If you see the runs that he does, I don't know. Sometimes when I'm there, I can see certain runs that he does. I don't know if you can pick them up on TV, but geez, the speed he has, his recovery runs are ridiculous. How he gets back into position. It's a manager's dream that if you want to play a certain shape against a big team like Man City or Liverpool, whoever, going forward and coming back is a manager's dream. He's superb.
Do you know? I did notice today. It's the first time I've seen him look frustrated when he came off.
Good for him.
I think maybe a little bit. Yeah, I was thinking I would quite like that. I think it had something to do with just the game opened up now. We're like 3-0 up, so he's probably thinking I can fill my boot. And I think someone said he loves playing Sheffield United, and
that's right,
second in the Arsenal goal scoring charts against Sheffield United. So he's probably thinking I didn't get.
I think they said behind Kevin Campbell or something like that.
Yeah. So I think that has something to do with it. And I don't know if you see Tony's comment at the bottom. So Jayden Bogle, who was playing right back today, he's from Reading. Him and Jordan, my nephew Jordan, used to play together years and years ago, and they went to Swindon together. And then he obviously got moved to Derby. So yeah, he kicked lumps out of Eddie. So I will be going to see Bogle's house. I might leave a little present on his door. It's Halloween. I might egg his house or something. But yeah, he's a really good kid, Jayden Bogle. To be fair, he's done really well for himself. But yeah, and he's an Arsenal fan. I don't know if he's gonna be happy if I told that live, but he's an actual Arsenal fan. So I will be having words with him saying, "Listen, you're an Arsenal fan. Why are you doing that to Martinelli?
Why are you kicking him like that?"
Yeah, and Trossard put him in a circle as well at one stage. I felt thinking. But yeah, big up Jayden. Big up Jayden. But yeah, end of the season we'll try and get him on or something as well, and he can talk.
Do you know what, guys? Bobby, sorry, Gums, to cut you there. I actually feel sorry for Trossard. The fact he's got. I mean, I'm trying to think to myself. Wonder what Trossard's mindset is. Is he thinking this guy, he can't be dropped, so I'm happy to play second fiddle? But I see him on the bench or see him on the side, and I actually really feel sorry for Trossard because every time Trossard comes on, he makes a difference.
Is this the problem though? Sorry, Canners. Is this the problem?
Yeah, no.
When he has started, he hasn't done enough for me. When he's come off the bench, is he becoming a Solskjaer? Do you know what I mean? That super sub, because off the bench he's brilliant, but when he started games, he just hasn't really looked up to it. In all honesty, so I think
maybe maybe it's a Martinelli way down for like 75 minutes or whatever. Then you just got Trossard. He just says, right, that's it. Then you finish it off, kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, maybe you're right. You're right.
Okay, before we go on to the subs and rating those, evening lads, hope you're well from Chris. Hope you're doing well as well, Chris. Eddie with a Premier League hat-trick before Rashford. I said 6-0 Arsenal. I was one off. Very close. Well done, Chris. My niece and her nursery friends compete Sheffield United. They're so bad. Only Arsenal deserve the recognition of this game. Last Premier hat-trick was Auba in lockdown. Okay, less said about that, the better then. Sheffield United going back to Wilder. Is that happening? Are they actually going to sack Heckingbottom? I expect them to be honest. He's not Premier League level, Heckingbottom. Chelsea are back in the bottom half. They are. Yes, they did lose 2-0 to Brentford today. I noticed both Saka and Martinelli are getting bad tackles over and over again. Yes, this constantly happens with our wingers, unfortunately. If Eddie scores 5 goals in a game or 5 goals in successive games, I'll get his name on the shirt.
Come on, Eddie.
There we go. Right, let's move on to the first sub. So it is Tomiyasu to Damos. Could you rate Tomiyasu, please?
Wait, I like this guy, man. He's. I'm gonna give him an 8. Like, he got the goal. He could have been a 9 as well, but I'm gonna give him an 8 because I really thought he was positive. Yeah, he was good. He's great.
Excellent stuff. Move on to the next one. So Gumza, you get Trossard.
Yeah, he was cooking when he come on. He looked lively. So I'll give him a 7.
7, excellent stuff. Gumza, you get
Canners.
Reese.
Sorry, I think that's for Canners.
Oh, sorry, Canners.
I was actually disappointed with Nelson. I thought this is a time when the game should have opened up for him and to do a little bit, show a little bit, but I think he went missing a bit, in my opinion. I'll give him a 6.
Okay. Damos, you get Fabio.
He was getting about. He got in a position to get the penalty. I would say 6. Doesn't mean it was negative. It's just I didn't see enough of him to give him more. But I thought he was okay. But yeah, I'm just gonna give him a 6.
Better than Nelson.
Well, yeah, he was better than Nelson, to be honest. So maybe
I should give Nelson a 5 then. But hey,
maybe. But yeah, or either or. But no, I thought he was good. I thought he was positive. It's just that I didn't see enough. Not necessarily meaning that he didn't do enough. My stream was really bad, so there's bits I might have missed as well.
Yeah. We'll quickly cover El Neni. We're not going to rate him. He wasn't on long enough. But El Neni came on for Rice. That happened. I know people have rated him, and that's absolutely fine. We'll get on to Mikel Arteta in a bit as well. Just want to go through the actual ratings that other people have put up as well. So Tony's done his ratings. Rayo 6 for turning up. White 7, Saliba 7, Kivior 7, Cine 7, Rice 8, ESR 6, Havertz 6, Nketiah 9, Martinelli 7, Saka 7. We did play the worst team in the Premier League.
Yeah,
we have, but they have got some decent results. They only just lost to United. They only just lost to Tottenham. I know they got absolutely battered by Newcastle, but they have got some close results. It's not like there's been an easy turnover this season. Subs, Tommy 7, Nelson 6, Fabio 7, Trossard 6, Arteta 7. And Temi's ratings are Raya 5, nothing to do. Defense 7, so the whole lot gets 7. Rice gets a 7. Ghost Fertz gets a 5. Smith Rowe 7 for the 5-yard assist. Martinelli 6, Saka 6. And Nketiah gets a 10. Subs Trossard 7, Vieira 8, Tommy Cafu 8. It's a 9. Right, let's get on to Arteta before Temi just makes me laugh. So Mikel, I'm going to give you each a chance to rate him. So we'll start with you, Gumza.
I'll give him a 9 today. Rotated, players had a rest, so Saka got off. Still probably took Saka off a bit earlier. When that first round of subs was done, I would probably took him off at the same time as Martinelli. But obviously Gabriel didn't play. Who else came up? Rice come off the pitch. Odegaard had a rest, so we won 5-0. We don't score a lot of goals. We've been dying to kill a team for a long time, so I'm glad to see we didn't ease up. We carried on going forward. And noticeably, the goal happened after he spoke to the players. So I don't remember, Martinelli went down injured, and he called the players in, and he probably gave them a little telling off, getting them to move the ball quick. And I think within 5 minutes of that, we scored. So I'm not going to say it's all his doing, but do you know what I mean? He's take credit where it's due. So I'll give him a 9 today.
Okay, fair enough. Canners?
Yeah, I echo the 9, really. I think Arteta is he's learning. His subs are becoming better and better. I think every time we've made a change or whatever, they've all had an impact. Notably, I think it was the game against oh gosh, who's the home game?
I don't know what you meant. It was Man City, weren't it? When all 4 subs.
That's it. Sorry, yeah, the Man City. Well, all 4 of them were involved in the goal. And then against Seville as well. Fair enough. It was like a hold on, but everybody did a job. And then today, really, again, I think the players that come in actually that started the game, it was a good chance and a good time for to kind of rotate and rest certain players. So everything came, all the stars aligned for him today, and I'll give him a 9.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Damos?
Same. If you just look at the result, it speaks for itself. And it's not just the result, it's how we played. Yeah, it was the worst team, but the manager did what you expect him to do. And as you said before, Bobby, I did think it was going to be a tight game, but no disrespect to Sheffield United, but these are the type of results you should be getting against that team. So, fair play. I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, I agree. I do like this from Tony. Arteta 9. Brentford beat Chelsea today. Thomas Franks gets a 13. Yeah. To be fair, yes, very good performance against Chelsea today. Chelsea were very good in the first half as well. Brentford just do what Brentford do. Thomas Franks is a very underrated manager by a lot of people. He is someone that I think we mentioned. I can't remember what stream we did in the last week or two where we're talking about if Arteta was to go, who we would look at. Franks and De Zerbi from the Premier League, 2 definitely ones I would definitely look at. What score for? Yes, you did get it spot on, mate. You did get it spot on. I'm very impressed that you got 5-0. Temi was 1 out as well. I think Temi went for 4-0. So a lot of us went for close games. And it just wasn't. It was what I've been wanting for most of the seasons. Is that Damos going or is it me going? I don't know.
No, it's Damos.
You're still there.
That's all right then. I weren't too sure
there.
if weather's still bad here,
Yeah.
so it's absolutely atrocious. Right, thank you ever so much for coming on, everyone. We'll just start with. I'm going to leave Damos till last, just because in case they might actually come back. So, Gumza, where can people find you, mate?
You can't find me at the moment. I'm hidden. No, I'm still here. I'm still with the Armoury. But yeah, I've just in the backseat a bit. I'm actually helping manage kind of a local team called Arsenal, a men's team, semi-pro level. So yeah, it's taken up a bit more time than I wanted. But yeah, you still see me in the background every now and again, and I'm going to try and get on as much reviews as possible. So yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Canners, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter as the name is there at Cannon2204. But hopefully more and more frequent. The last couple of months have been absolutely terrible for me. For work-wise, that was just been crazy. So yeah, more and more hopefully on the Army, and hopefully doing more shows with your fine self, Bobby. Yes, you, Bobby.
Damos, where can they find you, my friend?
You can just find me on Twitter with the same name that's there. But yeah, I also haven't been active on Twitter since it's kind of but you'll see me more and more on there anyway. So
yeah,
give me a
that's
shout
for a whole different show talking about what's happened with Twitter. It's a nightmare. Tony, yes, it did take me to. I did say yesterday I thought it was one of the hardest games to predict because it was either going to be close or we tear them apart. I thought that maybe because they've got the results that they have recently, they've tightened up the shit. They've managed to find ways of actually scoring, but they are awful. It's why Brewster was my auto fail yesterday. I don't know how Liverpool managed to get 20 million quid for that kid. He sucks. Simple as that.
He's still living off that under-17 World Cup, isn't he? That's what he's living off of still.
It's just awful. Thank you ever so much, Tony. I will be back tomorrow on FTSN. I'm joining Colm to do the United City game. What do we want tomorrow between that game? Because I'm thinking about it today.
I don't want United to win because of United fans, and I don't want City win to go away further. So a draw would do, really.
Okay, Damos.
I just don't want to give Spurs a boost, man. So to be honest, whatever happens, man.
Spurs ain't gonna last. Don't worry about that. The next few games that are coming up, let's see what happens. If they're there still after the next 6 games, then I get a bit kind of like squeaky bum time with that. However,
I think United might surprise people, and they'll just wake up for this one game.
They normally do, don't they?
Gumza, what do you want for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'll either want ideally I'd want a draw, but if City are to win, I want them to absolutely slap them up like they did last year, like 6s. Don't win 2-1 if you're going to beat them. Like if you're going to beat them properly. So yeah, with my Arsenal hat, I'd rather a draw. But my old school Arsenal hat, just for them boys there.
It's just so everyone's fully aware, that's to do with the Man United agenda. The guys over there, they give us a lot of stick in the banter group. Oh yeah. I just stay out of it. I'm not the banter person. So, but Canners, Amondi,
I do love them guys. I do love them. But yeah,
Gumza, Tony, they're all non-stop in that banter. It's hilarious.
If you haven't seen Mr. B on the live reactions when United get beat, you have not lived. I'm telling you, he's brilliant.
Oh no.
He's great TV, Mr. B, and Amondi and his dog. Yeah, you can't beat them. It's like watching Gogglebox watching them two. Like honestly, they're brilliant. But yeah.
As for Arsenal related stuff, I will be doing a preview at some point on the West Ham game. I just need to work out exactly when I can do it. Same with the Newcastle game. And also we've got another watch along this week, which is Arsenal versus Man City women next Sunday. I will be covering that one as well. So yeah, 3 games this week. Yeah, massive game. It's a must win for us. Guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Big up, everyone. Thank you ever so much, all coming on as well. Thank you, everyone in the chat box. Take care, everyone. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.
Nice one.